be sharing a little bit about my project, which is on real-world asset tokenization. So a little bit about me. I am Sheng, and I'm currently a software engineer at NUS FinTech Lab, and I'm an undergraduate in my final year, and I specialize in software engineering, cybersecurity, and database management. So I will be presenting on a proof of concept, which is called Fractionate. So currently, we have a few pain points that are related to property investments. The first one being the difficult entry for smaller investors. And then the next being liquidity limitations. It is hard to actually liquiditize the real estates. And then last but not least, there are transaction costs and complexity when it comes to real estate investments. So typically, when you want to invest in real estate, you have to go through high fees, legal complexities, and perhaps a lot of third parties. So therefore, we introduced Fractionate, a real estate tokenization platform that aims to deal with these pain points by leveraging on blockchain technologies. So our aim is actually to streamline the process for real estate investment and then to lower the barrier of entry through investments on fractional ownership. And then last but not least, to allow users to actually freely trade their property via tokens. So let's move on to a demo. So on entering the site, the user will be greeted with a landing page on the left, and then on the right, and then they will be able to log into the platform. And then next, they will be greeted with a standard dashboard page, which has a statistics page for them to see what exactly they own. And then a simple asset tokenization button in the event that they want to actually tokenize their property. And then last but not least, for token trading, where they can browse the different properties that are up for sale. So let's have a look at the tokenization procedure. Is there a video? No? Oh, yeah, it's not available now, but basically how we actually tokenize is actually we need some authority to actually prove that someone owns a particular property. So in this case, we sort of partner up with the government to use the government's infrastructure, which is called SingPass. So SingPass is actually a trusted digital identity for Singaporeans to actually identify themselves online. And then how does one actually prove their ownership using SingPass? So firstly, they will click the button, which is retrieve my information. So they will retrieve their information. And then after that, they will be redirected to a page, which was supposed to be in the video. But basically, the page will have a QR code, and they will scan the QR code to verify. And then once they verify, they will agree to the retrieval of their information in step 3. So the basic information that we retrieve are the type of property that they own, and then to verify whether they actually own a property itself before we actually move on with the tokenization procedure. All right, and inside the video, you also see like an automated valuation given to when someone actually tokenizes his property. So how we actually generate this property valuation is through a repository of past data that the government have. So firstly, the user will input the information on their property, so perhaps the type of flat they own, perhaps 4 or 5 room flat, and then also the location of the flat itself. So we will, based on this information, gather past data on the past pricings, and then subsequently generate a valuation for them to actually tokenize their property. So when they tokenize, they will definitely be allocated some tokens, right? So the tokens are generated in such a manner. We will use the property's information, such as the postal code, the unit number, and then subsequently some padding. So we will firstly hexadecimalize the postal code, and then the unit number, and then subsequently this will be the token code. And it is the reason why we do this is because we want to ensure uniqueness so that no two tokens are actually similar. And then on one look, we will be able to see that a token A, corresponds to a property itself, so thereby ensuring uniqueness. And then, yeah, fortunately, there's a video. So with tokenization, of course, we want to do some selling. So if you can play the video. Yeah, so the video doesn't seem to be working. Basically, it's just a buy book, as you can see on, as in, if you have traded, you would have seen like a trading exchange, and then there's usually a list of entries that you can buy from. So basically, this is what the video is trying to show. And then subsequently, we have the token buying. So if you can sell a token, you can buy the token, right? So, so with that, as with most applications, we do have our current limitations. So we have 3 current limitations. The first one being that it is not fully decentralized. So previously, I have covered that it sort of relies on the government as a central authorizing body. So over here, we aim to minimalize such reliance, and then we perhaps want to explore on other ways of authorizing, such as using zero-knowledge proofs. And then subsequently, my project is currently country-specific in a sense that it only works in Singapore. We hope to expand to more countries. And then last but not least, the generation of valuations, so price estimations. We hope to, instead of relying on just past data, we hope to process such data, and then hopefully come up with a better algorithm, or perhaps we could utilize machine learning to sort of generate better prices that sort of give more justice to the valuation that is given to a person when he tokenized his property. All right, so moving forward, some future plans. The first one being we hope to expand to bigger markets such as the Europe and North America instead of limiting to just Asia, which is Singapore. And then subsequently, we hope to achieve full decentralization, to move away from reliance on a central governing body. And then last but not least, to have more advanced valuation models by utilizing some machine learning algorithms to generate better valuation estimates. Well, with that, I have come to the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening in.